All right, let's talk about water hoses. Water hoses 101. How do you connect the water hose to a water slide or a combo? There's pretty much three different methods or three different options out there. So I'll talk to you guys about those. Let's jump right in. There's three types. There's one that has the water hose already attached, where all you have to do is hook up the customer's water here, and that's all you have to do. So in this example, we have a built-in water hose. As you can see, this water slide has a built-in water hose type like contraption, and all you have to do is screw on the customer's water hose. So you can see it coming in from here. This is the water hose from the customer's house. It comes on over here, or it comes down the side, and then you just screw it on to the water hose that comes in with the water slide. Some way, somehow, this one is gone. So that's interesting. I really have no idea what the heck's going on with this one. This is weird. So that's the first one, where there's a hose here, and then the inflatable already has a built-in hose that goes across the whole thing, and it'll have something like this. All you have to do is connect it. The second kind doesn't have a hose, but it just has like a pouch, or what they call it, a bladder. And what you have to do is you have to thread the customer's water hose into the bladder, and the bladder has holes in it that let the water go through. And for that one, you have to really turn the water on very, very low. It can't be high. This is the bladder system, as they call it. So we have the water hose straight from the water source, goes straight into this pouch thing that's called a bladder. And literally, you just slide it in there. Like, if you look, like the hose is actually inside, goes all the way, slide the hose all the way into here. And the end of the hose is actually right here. We should have pushed it in a little bit more. I mean, next time, push the hose in a little bit more. Push the hose in more next time. So this is the end of the hose. You can push it in like to here, and then it just puts water into this bladder here, and it's got holes in it. So you just pour. So for these, you don't need anything. You just need the customer's water hose, and it slides right in there. And the third kind is pretty much like this, where there's nothing. There's just straps, or you have to zip tie it. And for that, you have to get your own water hose. So I got one here. This is a 15-foot water hose, and I drilled some holes in it. So what you're gonna wanna do, it's two sides of the hose. Obviously, if we connect the water, it's gonna leak out. So you're gonna cap it on one side so that the water doesn't come out. And then you'll notice that we drilled some holes in here. Actually, this was an emergency, so the guy at Home Depot was super nice and let me use this drill so I don't have to like go back to the warehouse. So I drilled some holes. Maybe they could have been bigger, but I drilled some holes pretty much estimated. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my hose, connect it to the customer's hose, the water source, and then thread it pretty much here. It has the Velcro, so I can just set it right here. Right here. This is a little bit unique one. We don't have too many like this. If we didn't have this, and we just use zip ties. So here we are, and you obviously want to do this with the water slide down. I have this side closed off. I have it secured over the water slide, and in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and then the key. Oh, it's not connected. The key, most water slide related issues are because the water pressure is too high. So you don't want to turn on, nice. You don't want to turn on the water pressure too high of the hose. That's where most problems happen. So I'm just gonna barely turn it on. You really don't need much. And the kids are gonna want to like turn it on a lot, but like this is closed, I'm just barely, that's it. That's really all you need for the most part. Maybe a little more, but that should be all you need. There's no leaking here. Yeah, there you go. We see the water is coming down. This will be our hose now. I do have it kind of coming out on the side here. Maybe I put too many holes, but it should be good. I'll turn it on and see what it looks like. Then I'll call the customer out, make sure she understands that it's okay, the little bit of water's coming off the side. All right, so this is what the finished product looks like. We have the water hose, and you can see the water coming down, and the water does come from the side here a little bit. That's okay. We just let the customer know that that's normal, and then we let the customer know that if they want, they could fill the pool first if there is a pool, and then Turn it on. And then you know we did a good job because nothing, oh, it's leaking a little bit here. That's normal. We can lower pressure. But this is what it's supposed to look like. All right, and that's it. That is how you set up a water hose. This is the most complicated kind because you have to make sure you bring the hose with you. But as you can see, it's pretty simple. As long as you don't forget anything, you're good. Very important. 2 things to let the customer know that will avoid headaches for you later on in the day, because they will call you later on a Saturday and be like, oh my God, there's water coming out the side. So you got to let them know, hey, if water comes out the side, it's normal. It's not the end of the world. And you want very, very little pressure to avoid a ton of water gushing out the side. Kids would, well, like my kids anyways, they're always like, oh, turn the water higher. And then water starts gushing out the side. I know, you know, but the customers freak out and then they're like, I need you to get to my house right now to see what's going on, see why it's leaking everywhere, it's ruining my grass. General rule of thumb, always walk through everything possible with the customer, everything could possibly go wrong, and you will avoid tons of problems on the weekend and avoid any kind of issues. Have an amazing day. Thank you for watching.